Hi everybody, this is Modern Warships. Modern means of warfare require a new approach to vehicles and weaponry, fundamentally different from the angle taken in the XX century. Instead of increasing calibers and the power of warheads, new technologies take center stage, such as stealth and precision. These are exactly the words to define the modern U.S. Navy destroyers of the Zumwalt class: stealthy and precise. The development of a technology that could decrease visibility on radars started in the second half of the XX century in the USA. It was primarily used in aircraft engineering. The F-22 multi-role fighter is considered to be one of the most effective aircraft in the world today. Thanks to the radio absorption effect, incoming radar impulses are not reflected, but scatter instead, making it more difficult for AA missiles to lock the aircraft. In the meantime, the U.S. Navy has prepared an ambitious project to make a large warship invisible. Invisible in the radio spectrum, of course. USS Zumwalt, a destroyer of a rather futuristic design, became such a warship. One can understand at a glance that cutting-edge shipbuilding technologies were utilized for its construction. It was named after Admiral Elmo Zumwalt Jr., the legendary reformist of the American fleet. Take a look. It looks a little bit like a spaceship, doesn't it? The unique architectural form is the main factor of the low radio visibility. Almost all deck weaponry and mass devices are hidden. Sharp angles and especially superstructure details use highly demasking reflecting parts. So many of the superstructure elements, even though they appear to be metal under the paint, in reality are made of corkwood, balsa. Cork panels were also used during the construction of the superstructure, but according to the constructors, not for stealth, but rather for thermal insulation. To prevent signal reflection from little protrusions on its surfaces, the ship was coated with ferrite paint, which possesses some radio-absorbing qualities. This impedes detection in comparison to the majority of warships. The hull of the USS Zumwalt destroyer makes a flash on radar 50 times less intense than the hull of Arleigh Burke. Considering that Zumwalt is 1.5 times larger than its predecessor, it is quite significant. The ship's displacement approaches 15,000 tons, making Zumwalts the biggest modern non-carrier warships in the world after the Soviet atomic cruisers of Project 1144 that reach a displacement of up to 26,000 tons. However, the trapezoidal hull narrowed inwards above the waterline helps it cut high oceanic waves, providing the ship with a smoother movement compared to other naval vessels. There is a bulb in the elongated bow of the ship, which is essential in overcoming the increased strain on the main supporting elements. The appearance of the ship isn't the only thing that connects it to space. James T. Kirk is assigned to command the destroyer, which is the name of the commander of the USS Enterprise starship. Zumwalt utilizes the Universal Energy Plant method, turbine, generator, electric engine, used on Ohio submarines. The engine rotates only the electric generators, and then all other energy-dependent devices, from radio location systems to propeller screw rotating engines, use electricity. In place of a nuclear reactor, Zumwalts use diesel turboshaft engines. But how high is the energy output? The two main and two auxiliary turbo generators of Zumwalt produce more than 78 megawatts of electric energy, enough to supply a small town. Let's get to the weaponry at last. The main armaments of the ship are 20 Mk-57 universal missile launchers with a total capacity of 80 missiles. The main missile type are assumed to be Tomahawks. They are used in PVLs that are positioned along the ship's sides. This should significantly increase the survivability of the ship, as the rockets won't explode inside the vessel itself in the event of an ammo explosion. And now let's talk about the famed main caliber armament of this destroyer. It was originally planned to utilize 2 ultra-modern railguns, and the propulsion system was designed specifically for this, so that the ship would have a powerful enough electric charge to accelerate railgun ammunition. Accelerated to a speed of more than 3 Machs, a projectile at this speed would have significant kinetic energy. And since the ship wouldn't need to carry explosive substances on board to use this weaponry, its survivability increases drastically. However, the attempts to build a stable prototype of the railgun failed. Low barrel durability, problems with cooling, and most significantly, the lack of major benefits in comparison to a simple gun have put an end to the idea of railguns, at least for now. Instead, the destroyer is equipped with 2 155mm AGS artillery mounts that fire rocket-assisted projectiles with a firing range of up to 148 kilometers. How much do you think a volley from this system costs? A record-breaking $2 million, more expensive than a Tomahawk cruise missile. This is the main reason why the production was halted for these projectiles and is not planned to be continued. In addition to this, the destroyer has facilities for housing helicopters and drones. And what is it like in our game? Here, this powerful warship does not suffer from the lack of expensive ammunition, launching several millions from each barrel every battle. In modern warships, the Zumwalt destroyer has 2 fantastic railguns installed, which make it one of the most precise and dangerous warships at its level. Due to the location of its armaments, it is frequently used not only in random battles, but also in tournaments. You can feel yourself a part of US Navy living history while playing this destroyer, purchasable for in-game gold. By the way, how many Zumwalt-class destroyers have been floated so far? Answer this question in the comments, along with your game ID. One of the lucky ones to answer correctly will get this ship on their account. Well, that's all I've got for today. Make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. See you in battle, Commanders.